On today's analysis, I'll be looking at the synthetic indices. So I'll be starting with the synthetic indices, and of course, I'm sure by now you know the synthetic indices that I'm actually talking about, which is the VIX75 1 seconds, V75, the crash 500, the boom 500, the boom 1000, and of course the crash 1000. And if you don't still know the broker that actually allow you to trade all these as synthetic indices, it's actually called Deriv. Their link is in the description. You can actually click the link to create an account with them if you don't have any. But then if you have, fine, I'm sure then you'll definitely know or you're familiar with all these synthetic indices. And just for information, they're actually available 247 on public holidays, on weekend. Example, we have a major holiday coming up, and of course you might not be able to trade the Forex market perfectly. Then that is why you have to come back to the synthetic indices, which is available without any fundamentals. All you do is just your technicals, and if your technical plays out well, then so be it, and of course you're good to go. That's it. Let's go with our today's analysis. I'll be starting with VIX75 1 second. Now, this zone was actually marked yesterday, and of course it's still very much valid. If you go to the H4 time frame, you can say this is the recent high right here. So the recent low there, then I think we have a new high. So let me mark this as a recent high. Now I always say that a break above this tells you the market likely to move back here, and a break below this gives us a major bearish movement. Then if we can have a break to this, it goes here, but then a break above this give us a big time bullish movement. So a break above this is a full time bullish, and a break below this is a full time bearish. But then a break above this first tells us about this, and can have a breakout from this, then we can think of going long onto this side. So you can still mark your structure. These are the structure where I marked. You can mark your structure and pay close attention to it to see what really happens as the day goes by. And always remember, this is a day trade, not really swing trading. It's a trade we actually take for maybe 4 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, and we are out of the markets. Now that's it. Let's go to the next analysis for today, which is going to be the younger board that's always called it, or as always called it. That's going to be volatility 75 itself. Now, volatility 75 actually we took it to yesterday, which actually was it's not even worse, it's still in profit. Now we actually took a buy from here. I think the buy was actually came out I think from here, then our stop loss was around I think here, yeah. Then currently we are seeing the market, we actually target 1 to 3. So we are still in the market. And for information, we actually say we're starting our $5 challenge this month. And of course it has begun, I think I've already made some deposit of $5 into this particular account. Normally, this account I use for trading, for analysis, and the rest. I don't use this for trading, but then you can see I have already made a deposit of $5 into this account. So that means that our challenge starts this month, and of course, everything I'm taking on it, I'll be sharing it live in this channel. So please and please do well to pay close attention to this channel, and please, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and don't forget the bell icon beside it, because that is what gets you reminded once I post a video. Because every trade I take on this account, I will share it to see how we're able to grow this account from $5 and where we can actually take it to within the month. So now going back to volatility 75, this was the zone actually marked, and of course this trade is already running. So I won't really advise you go into trade right now. So the major thing actually which for the market to actually get to this zone, get broken above this zone, they can think of going long on this. Or then the market should get below this, get broken, it tells you can think of going short back to this zone. But then on the major side, a break above this tells us that the market is going on a long time bullish, and a break below this tells the market is going on a long time bearish. But then for the intraday, we wait for internal break of structures, which happens in between, and that's where we go at enter time frame, which is 15 minutes. Or if I told you that I'm currently on the buy side on this market and then above. So that's it. That's going to be my pay for today. I'll just let this run. I've already entered this market, but then on this account, I won't be taking this trade. Anything I'm taking on this account, I will definitely come online to share it live with everyone. Now let's go to the next one, which is Cash 500. Now on Cash 500, we actually took a trade that was some few, I think, is this some few days ago? Yes, I think that should be around somewhere around here. Of which we said this market is going to sell, and the stop loss was there, but fortunately it didn't get to take profits. The market got down here, and now we had a break and then a retest of this, and of course the market moved in the other direction. fine. But if I had seen I would have taken it because it was actually a breakout. But since I didn't see it, it's still all fine. So let's just go straight to the higher time frame to see what is likely to happen there. Now, on the higher time frame, you can actually see the market actually giving us a bit of pullback now after this long time bullish movement. But then I won't be taking any trades around that. We just need to market either get to here, either I get broken above this and I target my next target, which is going to be here, or then I just see the reaction here. If there's any major reaction, I wait for it to get back here. But on the bullish side is where I am still. I've still expect the market to break above this, have a retest of this structure, then I think of going long on the market to this next structure. But if that does not happen, if I can see a breakout below this, that tells me a good time, bearish time to go down to this next zone right here. So let me just mark it out just in case you can't really see the zone. So if there should be a major breakout from that structure or from that zone, that's when I'll be thinking of going short and of course to this next target. I repeat, on cash 500, I'm still full-time bullish. So but now I can't really tell because the market has already moved in my direction. So I just have to wait for it to get to this side or this zone, break it, retest, then I think of going long down here. Or then if that does not happen, I can wait for internal break of structure after here. If I can see change of structure, then I can think of going short. But anyway, whichever way I'll be doing, definitely I'll be sharing it on the alerts. And of course, if you're not familiar with the alerts, I drop the alerts whenever I see any trade what's it called, structure that gets to our structure or to our point of target. That's going to the next one, which is going to be boom 500. I think I'm likely to take this trade because I can see moving back into this zone. So, but then let me see. Okay, that is actually telling me that I won't be taking this here. Why? Because now you can actually see a break into this zone. Yes, I know, but then there is no really a retest yet. I remember I always love it for the market to come back to tell me that of a truth, the market is not able to break below that zone. But let's still go straight to the 15 minutes. I can see that assuming that I saw it somewhere around here, that would have been a perfect time for me to enter this market and I could put my stop loss there. But then once again, that's moved in my direction, so I can't just force the market to do what I want. I just have to wait for it, and since it has already decided to move already, I just have to leave the market and let the market do what it wants to do. That said, I'll just let boom 500 run. Now, where's the one? What I'm expecting today? A pullback to this zone, then I think of going short to the next zone that's around here. But if I can see a breakout of this, a retest of this, then I can still think of going long on that. I always say, now if I can have a breakout from this is the next target, a breakout from this, and of course this next high is going to be my next target. Any which way, whatever happens, I'll actually share it in the alert section. Now I go to the second one, or the other that to boom 500, which is boom 1000. Now on boom 1000, actually we can see a bit movement in the ranging part of the market. You can see not unable to break above this, unable to break, unable to break, unable to break, and I can see more like a retracement back again. So is it likely to come here? Let's go straight to the H1. Now on the H1, you can see the market actually still trying to have showing a sign of loss of momentum into this market. But they can see this rejection after touching this trend line, and of course we can see the market going on the bearish side. But then I can't play this trade on this account. Why? Because this is boom 1000, which is actually very, very volatile, and I think it actually requires an equity of over I think $6 for you to place a trade on this. So it will be definitely not too good for risking $6 on a $5 account. So definitely that won't be worth it. So I've just let this one too. I'm not be taking any trade on 1000 on this account for today. But then let me see if I can see a trade to take on the other accounts. No, still not yet. I think what I just expect just either come back here or they should just get down here and break out. Then I'll look of trading into this market. Now that's the final one for today on the synthetic indices, which is going to be Crash 1000. Now on Crash 1000, we can actually see the market actually. This was the low we actually marked out earlier as a major low, but then today is making a new series of low. This is now right. This is a recent low right now. Of course, our recent high is valid, which is right here. So this year recent high is still very much valid. But then what do you expect? We expect the market to either get here, break above the retest it, then think of going long, or then get here, break below it, retest, then think of going short to this zone. Anyone that happens, then we should definitely let you know. And of course, we're taking it on this trade. So the asset we're taking on this particular account is VIX75 1 seconds, VIX75, cash 1500, boom 500, and of course cash 1000. We won't be taking boom 1000 on this account. And anything that is taken, I'll definitely share with you. I'm sure you can see the pound dollar, the XAUSD, BTC USD, and USD. That will be on the next analysis. We'll be analyzing that after now. That's it. Please do have a profitable day trade ahead. And of course, I wish you the best as you journey through the day.